The Las Vegas Raiders have traded Tyree Gillespie to the Tennessee Titans. Now, we don't know the exact compensation that the Raiders are getting for trading Tyree Gillespie. Aaron Wilson of Pro Football Network is reporting this and was the first to report this news. But this is intense stuff when you look at our safety room and you look at the fact that Tyree Gillespie was someone who is highly touted out of the 2021 draft. And unfortunately for the Raiders, it really never manifested into anything. Tyree Gillespie only really played 13 snaps total for the Las Vegas Raiders, drafted in the 4th round, pick 144 in the draft. And you've seen him play a little bit of preseason, but not too much this year. Like I said before, 13 total snaps last year. And you look at this whole entire safety room. How have things changed? We know that they released Dallin Levitt earlier in the year, and Dallin Levitt had a kind of hefty contract, about $2.6 million making this year. None of it was guaranteed, though, so they're able to get rid of Dallin Levitt. Now they're getting rid of Tyree Gillespie. I predict, got a little bit of a typo here about Roderick Teamer's name, but speaking of Roderick Teamer, I predict that he's maybe impressed the coaching staff a little bit. So maybe that's why you're seeing a little more Teamer and less Gillespie, especially in preseason that we've seen as of late. And it looks like your boy Q is confirming right now that it is a 4th round pick. The Raiders are receiving a 4th round pick for Tyree Gillespie. And that's great because Tyree Gillespie was a 4th round pick in 2021. So you're still getting great value for Tyree Gillespie. I think this is a great trade for the Raiders, actually. You spent a 4th round pick to get this guy in 2021. Now you're going to have a 4th round pick in the 2023 draft. Hey, you know what? I'm cool with that. I like that. I think that's pretty smooth. I think that's the right call in a lot of ways for the Las Vegas Raiders. So, hey, this is what's happening right now. Aaron Wilson reporting, traded Tyree Gillespie, 4th round pick to the Tennessee Titans. And look, I know, he's on a different team in the AFC now, but I want to say I hope Tyree Gillespie has a good career, and I hope he balls out with the Tennessee Titans, because you know what? Once a Raider, always a Raider, and you want to see these people succeed. If we don't have room on the roster, hey, why don't you go succeed personally somewhere else? And I wish the best for Tyree Gillespie. It's unfortunate that it didn't work out with the Raiders, but hey, maybe more Roderick Teamer involved, like I was saying a little bit earlier. Duran Harmon's obviously a lock. So you have your 4 safeties, I think, right off the bat. Teamer, Harmon, Abram, Merrig. That's a lock right there. I've been mispronouncing Trayvon's name. It's a little confusing. Okay, I'll get it taken care of sooner or later. But I also think Matthias Farley was really impressive in the first preseason game. Didn't hear too much out of him the second preseason game, but you saw in the press conference after the first preseason game, Josh McDaniels was asked about Matthias Farley. This guy was really physical, laying on some big hits in that first game. And McDaniels was impressed, and he was saying, yeah, that's what a veteran like this guy does. So maybe you got a special teams role out of Farley. Maybe you're confident in him. And if you can get a compensation, because think about it. Josh McDaniels and Ziegler, they're not tied to Tyree Gillespie. Tyree Gillespie was drafted by the Mayock Gruden regime, and maybe he was a good pick, but maybe they have different plans for the safety position. Perhaps they want to get their own guy, and if they can have literally like the same pick, I mean, that's impressive. Same pick as before, you get your own guy in this next draft. I think that's great. So we know this next draft is going to be kind of loaded for us. We have our 1st and 2nd round pick because, we're not dealing with any massive trade like the Devontae Adams situation. Now we have 2 4th round picks. So, hey, pretty cool to see. $949K is what Tyree Gillespie was set to make this year. But fortunately for the Raiders, fortunately for the Titans, hopefully it works out both ways. He's going to be making that money in Tennessee this year with Ryan Tannehill and all that. So the Raiders have made a lot of trades so far outside of the Devontae Adams one, mainly sending players away. You saw the Bryan Edwards trade earlier this year to the Atlanta Falcons, and now you're seeing the Tyree Gillespie trade. 2020 draft pick sent away in Bryan Edwards, 2021 in Tyree Gillespie. So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys support this trade? I know a lot of Raiders fans personally were, like Tyree Gillespie. They want to see what this guy can do, possibly. I think Duran Harmon slightly pushes him out. I think the staff likes Roderick Teamer. Roderick Teamer was here last year. I think the locker room likes Roderick Teamer, and you just haven't heard much of a peep out of Gillespie in a while. It just felt like it's been quiet. Maybe this is something that's been brewing. Maybe he's been on the block for some time and we haven't noticed, because I just felt like, you haven't seen much. You haven't seen much news from him. And as far as preseason goes, I was expecting to, be watching him a lot and seeing him pop on the field. But we didn't witness that. We didn't witness that in this previous game. So, hey, like this video if you haven't already and subscribe to the Raiders Rundown for more Raiders content. My name is WiFiWillie. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.